Welcome to my mini-series,
Accountability,
where I spill the tea on my platform so you can actually know my plan, work with me, and hold me accountable when I'm on city council. This week, what the do I mean by reclaiming housing for all?
So in future installments, I'm definitely going to go into what I mean by permanently affordable housing, but what I most hear people concerned about around Tacoma is homelessness. What am I going to do about homelessness? So let's get into it, and we're going to visit Finland for an example of housing first.
Finland is one of the only countries in the world to significantly decrease homelessness.
1990s, we still have 20,000 homeless people. And of course, at some point, there was a real struggle that there were many people sleeping on the streets. And then, because the winters are really harsh here in Finland, they would also die on the streets. So I think that was a really the wake-up call that we need to do something and change the policies quite slowly. And then we get the rapid phase when we start the Housing First 2008.
That's when they went all in on Housing First. They renovated almost all of the shelters into Housing First buildings to give homeless people their own individual apartments. They also built more affordable housing across the country, and it seems to have paid off.
In 5 years, we both created the program and halved the long-term homelessness in Finland.
Homelessness in Finland has changed quite dramatically since 2008. For example, in the city of Helsinki, which is the capital city, you will not see tents, sleeping bags, or rough sleepers whatsoever. We want to end homelessness, or we want to end rough sleeping. I think, some people would have laughed at us that, that's not possible ever. But, I think we have proved them wrong.
People rough sleeping in this kind of tent camps. 2010 and 2013 have built many new places, and same time, this kind of camps disappeared.
It's kind of impossible to rehabilitate from the streets. So a person needs a home, so the other stuff can happen after that.
So affordable housing is dedicated to reduce homelessness and give low-income people a chance to get a flat even in the cities. But then that is not the way you can tackle the severe homelessness. And there you need different kind of methods. We then had the Housing First concept.
We are in a housing unit, Pessi, right now. Our tenants who live in this floor, they can make food together, and they also take care of the floor cleaning and such kind of things.
Just moved in. They come to my penthouse. That's my koti.
It's his home.
This is my home.
How long was he sleeping rough?
He left his step-parents when he was 15, and he was living in a hallway.
How long has he been in housing?
13 years.
13 years in housing. Is this his longest time in housing?
This 15 years is the longest period ever.
How has his life changed in housing?
No.
His life is more orderly right now because he doesn't use constantly drugs. He's doing substitute treatment for opioids.
So the social benefit system costs a lot of money. It's still cheaper than having people sleep on the streets in a tent or having to go them through with the shelter and temporary accommodation over and over again, and using the extremely expensive emergency services in the health sector or social sector or in the justice department sector. And then, of course, it's the right thing to do for the people to make sure that everyone has a home of their own.
I think it was important from the very beginning that the program was actually led by a center-right politician like me. We needed the 10 biggest cities in Finland to be on board. And those 10 cities, they had different kind of political majorities. We explained each and every mayor and a lot of city councillors and so on. It is the interest of everyone that we are able to reduce the homelessness. Explained how it makes cities safer, how it makes cities more pleasant, and that in the long run, you even save taxpayers' money. So you could say that we had all the main parties in Finland somehow involved from the beginning.
So what would you tell Americans that don't support Housing First? They say, oh, that's great for them, but we can't do it here.
So we are a very small country, and you are the big country, you have lots of money. So if you want, you can really do that. Make the change, and Housing First comes from USA.
In the US, Housing First is doable, trying to think about why we want to build affordable housing and how that connects with the Housing First. And at the end of the day, if you don't care about people and humanity, then I think most people will care about the finance things. So it's always much cheaper to house people and have the right support for people than that they are sleeping on the streets, on a tents, going through the shelters, and then this kind of revolving door effect. It's totally doable. There's need to be a lot of courage. to do different kind of decisions regarding affordable housing and housing first, but also different kind of prevention solutions. So when people are struggling with their mortgage or their rents, so that there would be different services to help them so that they don't end up being homeless altogether. So combining those things, prevention, affordable social housing, and housing first, what else can happen?
Everybody's talking about housing first, housing first. Yeah, it's important, but it's more than housing first.
It is. It's also support that comes together with housing. So we don't leave a person alone with apartment.
And their definition of support is impressive. Every building we visited had jobs and activities for its residents. We're talking recording studios, gardens, gyms, outdoor fireplaces, finished saunas. It's clear they're thinking less about housing numbers and more about improving the lives of each individual person living there.
We have to understand that housing first is not housing only.
If I have problem, there is stuff and I can call them. Hey, I have little not good feelings. They help me. If I have something paper, what I don't understand, I can go there and say, hey, I don't know what I do with this. They help me. We have a work here 4 days in the week, Monday or Thursday, 4 hours. We give little money.
So how long have you lived here?
Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years.
Like it?
Yeah. It's very, very, very good. If I not live here, I drink more and more. And everything is better when I live here.
Many of them are still substance users, but they're using inside, and families are walking by children, playing, safe, smiling. That's how you end homelessness.
And so if you get a home, you get hope and you start taking care of your life. So you can become part of the society again, because when you are homeless, it feels like it, that you are not part of the society anymore, that you are invisible and you are like an outcast.
I believe that no one should be on the streets. Like, it's not good for anyone, it's not good for them, and it's not good for the society. Like, who benefits from that?
And when we hear each other, we also have respect for each other and some kind of an appreciation. And that's how we change things that need to be changed.
In America, people don't want to give housing to homeless people. What would you say to them?
She would say that it saved her life and it will save others' lives too. And so that's why Housing First is so great.
All around the world, you see homelessness people in the streets. In Finland, in Helsinki, you see less because of the Housing First. This is a safer and more pleasant city, and it's also a better city for visitors, for tourists, and also a better city for example, foreign direct investments, knowing that this is a clean, safe, pleasant, well-organized city. Putting housing first, that can be scaled, that can be copied anywhere in the world.
We know how to end homelessness. We've known for a long time. Housing first, implemented at scale, can solve homelessness.
I think we can all agree that our approach to homelessness in Tacoma has not been it. We need to try something new, something different. We're already spending money putting up fences, putting up rocks where people sleep, moving them from this block to the next block, and it's not helping. Instead, we can put those funds towards proven solutions like Housing First.